What is up, everyone? I am Paul Sabo, and this is twitch.tv/LordxHam. Go and show him some love. We get together and record on Fridays, usually in the evening around 7 p.m., between like 7 and 8-ish, I'd say at this point is fair to say. We record a podcast where we catch up with what we've been doing weekly, with what we've been playing, with what we've been watching. We go over the news that's come out about the games and all that jibber jabber during the week, and we break all that down and discuss our feelings and opinions on that. And then we end with a closing topic that gives you more insight into who we are as gamers. Sorry, it's been a long day, so I'm kind of all over the place right now.
I could see in your
Yeah.
face that it's been a long day.
Yeah, I've been up I've been up since like 5:30 this morning. And I've been at work since 6. But we record these episodes and then we upload them to youtube.com/punkwiththecontroller. So go over there, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, watch all the videos, watch every hour, every minute, so it helps the algorithm out.
Every single one.
Please go over to Jay's channel, twitch.tv/LordxHam. Show him some love. He records a lot on the weekends. You're gonna be doing a bunch of Escape from Tarkov or something tomorrow, right? Many an hour.
Many of hour of Tarkov. Then Sunday, gonna be doing and I might be doing a Dead Side stream. The devs gave me some keys to give away, so might be doing a little Dead Side giveaway stream type deal.
That's dope. So yeah, go over to his channel, twitch.tv/LordxHam. Give him a follow, show him some love. But Jay, right before we get into what we've been playing and what we've been watching and what we've been doing, I need to start this episode out correctly. I mean, it's been a long one.
I'll do it with you. I got a Whopper. Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Bacon.
So what'd you play? What'd you watch? Oh, fuck.
So I didn't put it up there, but I watched I did watch a movie this week.
Oh.
Went through HBO Max and saw they added one of my all-time favorites, S Lady Ham. I was like, "Have you ever seen Demolition Man?" She said,
Oh my
"No."
God.
So we watched Demolition Man.
Hell yeah.
Because I love that. I love Wesley Snipes, but I also
doesn't?
love Sylvester, right? And like his character in that show is movie is so good. Wesley Snipes, the Phoenix, whatever, and Sandra Bullock is just. It's like my first crush as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So and like her character, I forgot how goofy she was in that movie. And Rob Schneider's in it. Holy fuck! Forgot about that.
What a cast.
Yeah, what a cast, man. So I watched Demolition Man, watched a show called Alone, which is like a survival show.
I think I've heard of that. Is it like a Les Stroud kind of survival show, or is it more scripted? Like
they take 10 people and they
Okay.
put them out, and then they have their own camera gear. They have to survive 100 days, and they don't know you can tap out at any time. And yeah, dude, on the first episode, this guy's like, he lasted 10 days and he was doing good. He killed a porcupine like right off the rip and ate it with a bow. He's like, "I'm from Tennessee and I go bow hunt." And he goes, "Wait, what's that over there on that tree? Hang on a sec. Got me a porcupine." He ate a porcupine. Well, this dumb idiot fucking dropped his fire steel on a hike like 3 miles away from camp, and it was getting dark, and he's in the Arctic, and he's like, "I could do friction fire, but I'm not very consistent, so I'm tapping out. I don't have my fire steel." I'm like, "Man, you suck." No, I'm just kidding. One dude's a biologist. He's like, as you can see, I didn't bring a bow. How do you think I'm gonna like get my food? This motherfucker, I shit you not, grabs a rock and whips it at a squirrel in a tree and kills a squirrel with a rock.
Yeah, Survivor Man was what I think Les Stroud's show was.
Yes. He's the best one.
That was the only one that I like really, really liked, and like I would actually like watch on repeat because it was just so fucking cool. And yeah, the one thing that I really liked about his show was he would like teach you that you don't have to kill things to like eat and survive out in the wild. I mean, like he would eat like bugs and shit, but I think he only like actually killed something like a couple times.
With
Ma
the trap, like with a rock, just
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this
Um,
rat.
I
Like
remember him trying a few times, but I think he only actually did it once, and I do think it was somewhere up north or like down in the Arctic or something.
where you need
Yeah, where there's like
protein.
no food. Yeah. Um,
And like you can't, if you're in the Arctic, you can't survive off of just berries and vegetation. Like
yeah.
you
I mean,
have to have fatty protein.
there's a lot of interesting stuff about that. Like my brother, he has this survival book, and it was teaching, or there's like a chapter on like all of that stuff, and they were saying that if you had like an abundance of rabbits, you had all you can eat rabbits, and
No, well,
you
rabbits are the one of the only animals where they don't have a lot of fat. So if you eat nothing but rabbits, you'll eventually die
yeah.
because of nutrition
I think
issues.
squirrels too, maybe. But yeah, it was an entire chapter on shit like that. But yeah, that's cool. What
Wild.
else you watch?
That's about all I watched. Didn't watch a lot of TV. It was 4th of July weekend. Went and got some guns, America. And then, dude, I probably put, uh, I put multiple tens of hours into Tarkov this week. That's why I have
I was
on
about to say,
there.
like, what are you getting at here?
That's why I have on there Escape from Tarkov, EFT, and Tarkov. Because I played so much Tarkov this week.
Back in.
Back in the saddle, and it feels good.
Yeah. Let's go. That's dope.
Feels good. And this wipe and update's very good. Very good. They changed some things that really needed to be changed and implemented a new system, like a karma system, and with like the scavs and stuff. So it's been very interesting,
That's
to
dope.
say the least. What about you, man?
Um, so yeah, it was 4th of July weekend this past weekend. We record on Fridays, twitch.tv/punk with a controller. And Saturdays and Sundays are usually to myself. And my buddy came over, and he's big like you, into guns and explosions and stuff like that. And in
You blew some shit up?
my house, I live in suburbs outside of Cleveland, so like kind of not the place where you want to blow stuff up. But I mean, we did it anyways. It's 4th of
It's the
July. Who
4th of
cares?
July. You get a free pass.
But he brought out some big uns. And when he started breaking out the mortars, that's when the cops started coming to us specifically. The cops
Really?
came. Yeah, the cops came to our house about 3 times. The third time they came, they said they came like it was the third set of cops. So like one set of cops came, another set of cops came, and then this was a different set of cops. So
I
like,
thought they legalized it for
yeah,
the
they
one
did,
day.
but like I don't know. Our neighbors it was my one neighbor. Like all of my other neighbors were literally outside in the front yard watching us blow them off, having a good time. But our one neighbors, they're old and cranky. So yeah, I'm convinced that they called the cops on us.
He's like, I blew Nazis up for your
Yeah.
freedom. That's all I need to hear.
The
He
fuck
probably
yeah.
was having some like PTSD shit going
No, no,
on.
they're not that kind of people. They're just old and bitchy. And
Oh,
then yeah,
worse.
and then
Boomers.
the third set of cops that came out, they got out of the cars and they walked up. Like me and my brother walked to the end of the driveway. We're like, you can stand right here. You don't have to come all the way up there. See all of our treats. And yeah, they shut it down pretty quickly, which was annoying. But yeah, that was basically, I didn't do anything on actually 4th of July. They went to a farm where they were putting quarter sticks of dynamite and empty washing machines, and like just blowing up a bunch of shit. That's
America.
that's a bit too much for me. Um,
I was just dual wielding handguns this weekend.
Yeah, I've gotten old. My head hurts now. All that shit's just too much. But as for stuff I played and watched, I'm rewatching Ted Lasso. That's become like my kill time show. Season 2 starts at the end of this month, and god damn it, watch Ted Lasso. It is a different kind of funny. I don't even know how to describe it. And then have you seen this Fear Street thing that's going on Netflix? Yeah, I
I
got
haven't
you.
watched it. I haven't watched it, but
The second one
I'm.
just came out tonight, or like the second one comes out today, and then the third and final one comes out next week.
Are they little movies? Are they like an hour long?
No, they're full movies. The first one I watched, 1994, that was probably close to 2 hours, I would say. Probably around like an hour 45-ish, hour 40. That I went into like I watched the trailer. So I heard the premise of it that they were doing this Fear Street thing where it was going to be these three movies week to week to week, and they're basically a trilogy of movies. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, and it's like these horror movies, and they're based off these old books, kind of like Goosebumps, but not like Goosebumps. I don't really know what you would classify them as. I can't remember who the author is or the writer, but I watched the trailer for it, and it was kind of just like a mishmash of all three of the movies versus the just like one after another. And yeah, I had little to no expectations going into it. I was more so just going to watch it just to have something to watch on Friday night. And holy shit.
Good.
Oh my God. It was like, so it was good in like a Goonies, like kind of like a fucked up Goonies or like a dark Stranger Things, just like, a group of kids, getting together to go out and do something haunted. Um, like it did that whole thing for like the first hour and a half of the movie, like the whole movie, and it was great. And then the last 15 minutes get fucking bonkers.
I
Like
heard it's brutal.
the last 15 to 20 minutes get fucking bonkers. Um so yeah, like I really 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 recommend watching that. And the second one
I'll
comes
watch
out
it.
the second one comes out tonight. It's Camp something 1978, and then the third one is like it's witchcraft, takes place in 1666.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. We'll see how they go. I just before we started this watched caught up with Loki finally. It's it's very 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 good. They are doing it very well in the sense of, they're not teasing all of this shit and then just giving you these cookie crumbs throughout the whole series, because it is just this one-off series. You know, in the first episode, they raise a bunch of these questions. In the second episode, it's about them answering
Answer.
those questions and then raising new ones. Third episode is about them raising new questions and answering the prior ones, and so on and so forth. And now we're at this point to where we have really fucking big questions we need answered next week. And I mean, they've really gone all out in these last couple episodes. It's really felt like the budgets for these Marvel series is really starting to grow. I was planning on watching Black Widow tonight. There's a few movies I gotta watch. There's this Don Cheadle one on HBO Max. It's been like the header for the longest time. I can never remember what it's called, but that looks really fucking cool. And then yeah, I only played State of Decay 2 on Sunday. That's what I did for my 4th of July. I wanted to stream. I did not, like, I normally stream Mondays and Wednesdays, but I did not stream at all this week because, to be honest, wait, no, Monday I played a bunch of fucking State of Decay 2. So I totally could have streamed it, but I forgot it was Monday.
Did you have it off? Did you have Monday off?
Yeah, it wasn't until
Okay.
like 6 or 7 p.m. where I finally stepped away from the computer to go and get dinner. Where yeah, I was just like, oh fuck, it's Monday. I could have been streaming that this whole fucking time. Should I stream? No, I'll just stream Wednesday. And then yeah, my cousin's in town from Arizona, who I almost never get to see, and we went to my dad's for a barbecue, and I had some drinky poos there. So when I got home late at night, I didn't want to stream. So I will get through to that, but man, that game hit me. That game hit me.
Did it? Did it?
So you and me
Did you
started.
lose someone?
No, you and me started playing, and I got the vibe of what the game is, and I wanted to get back to it, but I didn't really find the time or place. And then Monday I had nothing to really do. I was kind of broke, so I didn't really, couldn't really go out and do anything. So I was just like, well, I got all of these fucking games throughout COVID that I bought and never played that were on sale. So, I'm going to peep them. And I hopped into State of Decay 2. I literally booted it up. Ugh. And I could not understand for the life of me how, like, the outpost system worked. And I didn't want to sit in this game and, like, look it up on the computer. So I hopped over into Arma, played a couple online rounds of Arma, went into the fucking, the just running tours in Afghanistan, basically. Open servers, so that was fun. And then I haven't played Star Citizen in a long time. Wanted to make sure my PC could still run that. It can, but goddamn, does that game fucking suck to run? I don't know what you need to run that game.
Your computer sound like a fucking jet?
No, but I got 3900X and I Ryzen 9 and I fucking I'm running the thing at like 60% when I am just running Star Citizen. Like I don't even have my other monitor on. Like it is only Star Citizen and
game's fucked, dude.
I don't get it. And like
been in development for like 9 years.
Yeah, my main concern is that my PC won't be able to run the game 3 years from now. And that if I get a fucking 30 series, it'll run it as good as I run it now. But yeah, that's all I've played. Did you see that Resident Evil show that's coming to Netflix? That came to Netflix? It's like Infinite Darkness or something. It's
I haven't. Is it like an anime?
Yeah, it's not an anime. It is animated. But it's kind of like a 3D, like 3.5D animation style. It kind of reminded me of Miles Morales, or not Miles Morales, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, gotcha. I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, and it's not like, it's actual Resident Evil. Like it's following Leon and Claire. It's not doing the Mila Jehovah Witness, whatever her last name is.
Not Mila Kunis.
Yeah, whatever the fucking Resident Evil movies are, where they just run around blasting hundreds of thousands of zombies. But yeah, no, that came out this weekend, and I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I got a lot of shit to watch this week, but there's not that much news. We do have a couple I would say we have 3 pretty big stories, and then 2 smaller ones that are more so just interesting. But so let's just get right into those real quick. Story number 1 is the Switch OLED model announced, and it's out in October. This is over at IGN by Joe Screbbles. Nintendo has finally revealed its long-rumored new model of the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch OLED Model. It will be released on October 8th and retail at $349.99. The upgraded machine, which many had taken to calling the Switch Pro when it was being rumored ahead of this announcement, featured a larger 7-inch OLED screen, but the size of the console is unchanged from the base Switch model. A wider adjustable base stand, enhanced audio, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, and a wired LAN port in the dock. Yo, they featured that like this was straight up 2001. Like the way did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, I did. They're like, oh,
like they dedicated like a 15-second dope ass graphic to a LAN, an Ethernet plugging into the back of the fucking dock. Contrary to previous reports, the new model doesn't appear to offer 4K TV output or improved performance. The new OLED screen, while providing an improved picture contrast, remains at 720p resolution. Battery life remains the same as the improved base Switch model from 2019, an estimated 4.5 to 9 hours. And then an update, Nintendo has confirmed to The Verge that the OLED model does not include a new CPU or more RAM compared to the previous Switch model. Jay, did you see everyone crying about this?
Yeah, and real quick, I read the hands-on review today.
I have not read that because personally, we've talked previous on episodes, I didn't even give a shit about this thing if it was in 4K.
Yeah, neither would. Well, neither would I, but I read like the little review because I think IGN got hands on. Someone got hands on.
A lot of outlets did. I know. I think CNET got hands on. IGN and GameSpot went hands on. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Well, what I read was they got to test Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Breath of the Wild on it, and they said while the grass looks greener on the screen, they can't find a fucking reason for anyone to buy this thing. They were like, if like especially if you already have a Switch, they said it is 100% dumb if you were to go out and upgrade. Like this is just they said this is such an embarrassing mid generation release that it's just a waste of fucking time.
So, oh yeah, I mean, I agree, but then it's
I mean,
also
to be honest, I could give a fuck if it was 4K, like you
yeah,
said. I could give a fuck less to
yeah.
play Mario
I'm pretty
Kart in
sure we had
4K, dude.
I'm pretty sure we had like a topic, or at least we did a whole segment on do we even care if the Switch had a 4K option. Um, but yeah, like you said, I don't know who this is for. The only people this is really for,
Kids,
are well, I wouldn't even say kids. I would say Switch Lite. I would say this is going to phase out the Switch that's out now. And then this is going to become the standard Switch. Maybe they'll do a price drop finally on the initial Switch. This is the longest, even for Nintendo, to go without a markdown on one of their systems. But it's just because it's selling like hotcakes. Um, I just want to just I just want to get my fucking change. Give me my ball back because holy shit, Jay. Another thing we've been talking about on these last few episodes specifically is don't trust rumors. Like stop trust. I don't care if it's Jason Schreier, Jeff Grubb. I don't care who it is. Until it is said from Xbox, Microsoft, Nintendo, PlayStation, Ubisoft, whoever. Don't take everything they say with the finest pinch of salt because so far these last few rumors that have come out have all been bullshit, and this was a big one. Like I've been seeing a lot of people being like, oh well, like there's been the one side like me where it's like Bloomberg, Jason Schreier wrote a massive article at Bloomberg. He was the one who started the whole 4K, 7-inch screen, DLSS, new Nvidia chips, all this shit. He was the one who started all of those. And none of these insiders ever clarify or ever do any follow-ups or anything. They post that rumor, they get the views and the clicks, because that's genuinely what they are in the end after.
that's how they get paid.
Yeah. And they move on. They never touch up on any of this stuff. So and then there's the other side of people where they're like, oh, they're reporting what they hear. Like, what do you want them to do? Again, update it. Like right there, update. Nintendo has confirmed. Put one of those in there, and then post the article back at the top of your page, so people can see and understand and stay updated and informed like you're supposed to. Because yeah, I didn't care, so it's not that I did or didn't believe it, but I didn't really believe it because has this ever been what Nintendo's been known for? Have they ever been known for, I mean, when was the last time they were actually trying to compete power-wise with one of these consoles? Because by them saying, 4K 60 output with DLSS and blah, 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 by them saying all that, that's telling me that they're making a major push for third-party games like The Witcher and Doom and, all the games that haven't been running well on the Switch. That's them making a major push for that so that they can, have that and then have the Switch be sustainable for a lot longer. But that's not what Nintendo's known for. The last time what would you say, the GameCube?
N64 with PS1.
You'd go even further back
Because this is why, like,
well, yeah, I mean the
there's
GameCube
no
didn't have
way
internet, or yeah.
there's no way they were releasing the GameCube to compete with the PS2 and the Xbox.
Yeah, I know that.
And
Like, yeah, that's
they're
a
like,
good.
here,
It
we're
had a
gonna give you.
it had a DVD
They're,
player and everything in the PS2. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're gonna be. They're like, we'll give you this cube, and the discs are smaller.
I was a kid. I wasn't into technical prowess, as I don't think either of us were back then. But from what I remember from my dumb childhood brain, Tony Hawk's Underground ran just as fine on the PS2 as it did on the GameCube. Um, so I like that's where that's where my mind's kind of at power wise. Because yeah, I don't think Nintendo's going to try and compete with Sony and Xbox and Microsoft on these other parties, but getting those quality games to their quality on their system, that's what I'm more so talking about. But yeah, no, as it goes for actually competing all around power wise, yeah, the Nintendo 64 for sure.
I need to go turn my air down. Jesus, getting heated.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, I don't, and then yeah, the LAN port. The Dreamcast had a LAN port. It's like it's upsetting that that's what they were marketing in the whole trailer. So like I said, the only people who I see this for are the people who had the first Nintendo Switch. They got one at launch, and they've just been kind of looking, and they do use the Switch a lot. And they've just been looking for that, extra reason to upgrade, but I don't.
The Switch is my toilet console, dude.
Dude,
That's
720 resolution.
Toilet and airplane vacation. That's the only time. Oh, and having a party. That's the only time I play my Switch.
I don't even have a vacation. I don't even take vacation, so I just don't play my Switch. So
Nah,
yeah.
dude, I'm like that. I'm like that gamer. We go to the beach, and I'm like, they got a big ass TV in that Airbnb. Best believe I'm dumping 10 hours into Breath of the Wild while we're here.
And then one thing I saw, Gary Whitta, he's a writer. He wrote Star Wars, the planet one, or the Rebel one with Leia at the end and Darth Vader coming in all badass.
Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah, he wrote Rogue One. He wrote Book of Eli. He wrote a couple.
Oh, that's such a good movie, dude.
Yeah, he wrote a couple of games. He put out an awesome tweet where he's just like, I don't really play my Switch handheld. And he's like, I don't really play my Switch handheld, and I have an LG, so I've technically been playing on OLED for years at this already. Like, so yeah,
the Switch looks amazing on my 4K TV.
If you have the right setup, this means nothing. And I do have the model from 2019, which is 4.5 to 9 hours, and I don't play the thing in handheld almost at all. So I have zero reason to buy this, and I am not in the minority with that. But on to story number 2. This is going to be the bulk of our news here. Sony did their State of Play on yesterday. I live reacted to it. It was about 30 minutes. You could hop over to our archives, twitch.tv/punk for the controller, and peep that if you like. Sticking at IGN over at Cat Bailey. I'm not going to read any of this. I'm just more so using it as a waypoint on everything that was shown. There wasn't much that was shown, and honestly, until the end of the show, none of it really was good to me. These first 2 games or actually Moss is a really notable PSVR game, and it's supposed to be, like, next to Astrobot, it's supposed to be one of the best PSVR games. So it's cool that the sequel for that got announced. Arcadegeddon, it's a weird multiplayer shooter by Ilphonic. The best thing that came from this trailer was the announcement on the PlayStation blog that this is not the Ilphonic's next big project. They're the ones who worked on Friday the 13th and Predator Hunting Grounds. So seeing this after those 2 things, I was like, oh, Like at first I was like, oh cool, they're finally working on their new IP. And then it's just like, oh, you are literally just doing a fucking carbon copy like team shooter Fortnite. It looks really fucking bad and it annoys the shit out of me. Jay, did you watch any of these things from the State of Play?
Not really. Just little things. I saw the Tribes of Midgard season 1 in their Discord. I'm honestly like Tribes of Midgard looks cool, but I'd rather save my money and wait for Valheim's next update.
Every
That's how I feel.
every way they're promoting this game, I don't like. The number one way, Jay, you can turn P off is by announcing a season pass or DLC or whatever before your fucking game is even out. Like it annoys the like prove yourself. Show me what you got before you show.
Valheim.
Yeah, exactly. Valheim has very much proven themselves.
I still think if nothing else big comes out, like it won't be because it's like an indie title. Dude, Valheim should be game of the year with what it did.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing with this year specifically, unless this fall turn, because we still don't have a release date for Halo, we still don't have a release date for Horizon.
no, Halo comes out November, I thought.
No, there's no release date. They just said holiday.
No,
Just said holiday.
stupid.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna play it anyway.
But yeah, I'll play it. But yeah, we don't really have any big games coming out at the end of this year, and there haven't really been that many big games this year, but there've been a lot of big indie games. So like this, I feel like the game of the year title this year isn't gonna really be much to care about, but indie title of the year this year is gonna probably be fucking awesome, or that's gonna be like
I
a battle.
guarantee. Well, if we're talking strictly numbers, Valheim. You remember what it was like? I'll never forget that game came out. It was like, wow, we weren't expecting to sell 1 million units this week. And then it was like week 2. Wow, we weren't expecting to sell 2 million units this week. Week
Yeah.
3. Wow, and then it was like end of month 1. They're like, yeah, we need to expand.
Weren't they and aren't they like the number 3 like most played game on Steam, or like had the most concurrent players on Steam at like a certain time?
Yeah, it just exploded. It was
Like
just
they had like 3 million people playing for like fucking 3 days straight. Like that's fucking wild. You
and the
don't
game's
have
1
that in
gigabyte.
games. Yeah. It's like it's from like, if you look at screenshots, or I don't know, because like I'm not gonna say it looks bad because it doesn't. Like the pixel art is fucking gorgeous in that game.
Yeah, it's the cell shading.
Yeah, it's like cell shaded pixel art. It's hard to describe, but yeah, it's really
And sometimes it looks
interesting.
like a watercolor painting.
Yeah, the way the wind will catch like the grass, and then the way lighting works in the game. Yeah, no, that game is fucking beautiful. I kind of just, made my shit, got as far as I could go, and then just couldn't really find anything else and just fell out.
I did everything.
I know you did. You had a whole party of people to play with. I was all
No,
by my
it was
lonesome.
just me and Johnny Fedora.
Well, what was it? So yeah, that's Tribes of Midgard. Another thing that kind of really annoyed me was that they showed it. We saw this game 3 fucking times at E3, and then we saw it at Summer Games Fest too. So 2 weeks ago, we saw this game 4 times, and we're seeing it again. Like that's just Gearbox.
Right.
That's just Gearbox paying Sony for promotion, I feel.
All right, coming from a Viking, self-proclaimed. These motherfuckers were late to the draw. Valheim came out. No one gives a fuck about any other Viking game unless it's Valhalla. No.
Oh.
And now that Valhalla's
Jay.
God of War.
Right there. Ragnarok is the most. God of War is what started the Viking craze in video games in general.
Yeah,
that's a fact. Like there's a
Well, no. I think God of War got it started. Then the show Vikings came out and
all
they
the
went mainstream.
all that shit was out before, wasn't it? Vikings started a long time. I thought Vikings started in like 15 or 16 or something like that.
Let me take a gander.
Yeah, God of War came out in 2018. I'm talking specifically like for video games.
God, 2013.
Yeah, I was on History Channel. I remember my one friend Barbish was super into that show.
Yeah, I've been
Um,
watching them on season 2. Oh, dude, I was at Barrio and my
Side note.
waiter comes. Yeah, side note. My waiter comes up. I'm like sitting there smashing my face with some tacos. And my waiter comes up. He's like, "Hey, bro, you ever watch that show Vikings?"
I
And I'm like, "A time or two." He's like, "Dude, you look just like Ragnar's son."
bet you felt
I
so
was,
good.
I was like, he was like, "Your hair, it's just, you just look like you need to be in the show." And I was like,
Bet you got all warm and
that
giddy. Like,
a little bit. I was like, that's
no.
that. I was, no, I was like, that's the that was the plan. I was like, I don't even have my beads in my beard. Then he was talking about, he's like, you ever go to this bar? Dude, me and my buddies go to this bar. They got a bunch of mead. We bought ale horns and they let us take it in there and we just get trashed. I'm like, nice, dude. Nice. Seems like fun to live in a college town.
Oh God, I would rather fucking
Me
kill
too.
myself than live in a college town. But then definitely the worst game of the showcase. This thing is fucking embarrassing. I don't even want to talk about it. Hunter's Arena Legends coming to PS4 and PS5. It's like a fighting game battle royale. It looks fucking terrible. It's from a South Korean developer. It looks very similar to Pearl Abyss games. Those are the guys who did Crimson, or they're doing Crimson Desert. They did Black Desert Online. That was the other MMO they did. It looks graphically and mechanically very similar to those games. So if you're familiar with Black Desert, you know what you're getting into, which is jank. Although Crimson Desert looks really look up the trailers for Crimson Desert. That game looks really fucking cool, but it also looks janky as shit. And now from here until closer, it is fucking hit after hit. So now we got Fist Forged in Shadow Torch. It is out September 7th. This is our first big Chinese developed game. Jay, have you seen this one at all?
No.
This game actually looks really, really fucking cool. It's a Metroidvania action RPG kind of. Hold on, sorry, I'm really bad at talking and typing. Yeah, it's an action RPG Metroidvania, like 2.5D side scroller. It looks fucking gorgeous. And you play as this badass rabbit, dude.
Look at that fist on the back of his.
Yeah, here,
Oh,
let me
yeah,
read
that's
it.
why it's called Fist.
In order to end all this,
Looks dope.
I love the art style. Graphically, it looks fucking awesome. Combat-wise, it looks really dope. Graphically, it's
The furries.
it looks fucking. This is our first like big Chinese developed game coming to PlayStation, and that's in from what we've seen coming out of Chinese developers, it's very exciting. This shit looks fucking dope. I can't
That
wait
does
for
look
it.
pretty cool.
So yeah, that comes out September 7th. Yeah, what is it? I'll just read. 2D Metroidvania starring a rabbit on the run from a vicious machines. Got a brand new release date. It will be out on PlayStation 4, PS5, and PC on September 7th. First revealed back in 2020 for the PlayStation 4. It was subsequently confirmed for the PS5 and then delayed. It will feature arcade-style combat and a variety of secrets and upgrades to find. So yeah, I am really excited for that game. And then you and me are both excited for Sifu, this fucking game.
Dude, as a kid, this just reminds me of like playing. Remember Rise to Honor, Jet Li? Did
Yeah,
you play that game, dude? Because like I was super into Jet Li. Like I like Jackie Chan, but Jet Li, the one, that movie, uh, sick.
yeah. So this game is essentially
That kind of reminds me
Old
of
Boy.
Daredevil.
Yeah, just mechanically, it looks awesome. And if you notice,
Fluent.
he's changing ages a bunch. And that's because Sifu's a stylish kung fu game previously revealed earlier this year has been delayed to 2022. We got a brand new trailer, blah 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 blah, which showed how you age as you are defeated. Yeah, I feel like we've already known that for a while. It's basically going to be like a roguelike where you start off the game at like I don't know, probably like age like 15, and then you fight and you continue your story. And every time you die, you age, and then you start to age faster and faster the more you die, and then once you hit a certain age, then you die and you permanently and you have to start over. I cannot wait for this game. This is from the people who made Absolver, that was originally published by Devolver Digital. I don't know if you're familiar with that game, but if you look at the combat between the two, they are identical. So they're just taking the combat from Absolver, improving on it, and then making it into a different experience, more of a solo experience, because Absolver was kind of like For Honor, if you know For Honor. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and this is way, way, way more up my alley. And then we got Jet the Far Shore. We got another deeper dive into this. Sony offered a new glimpse at Jet the Far Shore, which is being developed by a small independent developer, Super Brothers. The new game resembles a No Man's Sky in some ways, featuring sci-fi exploration both on foot and via spaceship. It focuses, its focus will primarily be on exploration. It's set to release on PS4 and PlayStation 5 this year. This game looks fucking gorgeous. I'm not worried about it being a No Man's Sky situation because I feel like they maybe compared it too heavily to No Man's Sky, just because this game is, it seems like it's going to be a lot more, not fully linear, but definitely a lot more linear than what No Man's Sky was trying to do. Like I feel like what you're seeing is, it's not going to be, procedurally generated where they're, just making all this shit up. Like, they're using actual assets they've created. They're telling a story that they want to tell. I am super excited for that game. It looks really, really, really good. And then Sega shows off Demon Slayer gameplay. This is for all the weebs out there. We've never seen a Demon Slayer video game. Demon Slayer is based off a anime, super popular. My buddy James, who is the biggest weeb I know, was just telling me about it the other day. Or actually, it might, yeah. So I haven't talked to him about this, so he's probably super psyched for this. And then Lost Judgment, the sequel to Judgment. Sega announced during today's event that Lost Judgment, the sequel for its Yakuza spinoff, will feature, while featuring a private detective, will include a free upgrade for the PS4 and Xbox One owners. This game looks really cool. I didn't play the first Lost. It's basically Yakuza, but you play as a detective instead of, actually in the Yakuza, or like, a criminal. And it seems like it's a lot darker and more fucked up. It's still got the whole Yakuza thing where you could like go to like a dance club and you do like DDR style mini games. And it's still got, the kooky ass characters that you're familiar with, that you fucking know you love. And it's just I mean, visually it looks beautiful. So I can't wait for that. And
Yeah, Amazon Prime
J.
Director's Cut. Amazon Prime Simulator Director's Cut.
Fuck you. It is. I would more so say UPS man. Show some respect. It's Jay, I can't tell you how happy I am, how excited I am that not only is it coming out so soon, but why will you not stand up, my fucking Funko? Goddamn. Not only is it coming out so soon, but the upgrade is only $10. And the game, like, the game handled walking in such an interesting way, in the sense of, I like, when you're playing a game, Like you never struggle with getting up and down something unless you're trying to break the game and go up and down a hill or like go up and down a
Like
mountain.
Skyrim?
Yeah, like go up and down a mountain. Yeah. That's what you think about like when you're like actually nervous at all with, scaling something. Whereas in Death Stranding, you will come up on a hill, like a slight incline, and I'll be like, "Oh shit." And then it'll start raining and then it'll get all wet and slippery and I'm like, God damn it. And then I'll grab my bag. I'll just start walking real slow. I'll cock my feet to the sides. And the idea of haptic feedback, like having to fucking pull the triggers down so hard for these fucking things. Cause Jay, I'm telling you, I know you haven't experienced the DualSense yet. It's game changing. It is literally game changing.
So, like, for the haptic feedback, just like as an example, say I'm playing a shooter that's not out yet. I'm making all this up. Say I have a gun that's like a standard pistol, and I can just. But then say I got a gun that's huge and is like a charge for like. Is it gonna like put tension in the trigger to where I have to like feels like I'm like have a harder trigger pull?
So here I don't have the DualSense on me, but how it essentially works is Hitman 3 when you got your silver baller out, when you got your pistol out, and I pull up to aim. Pulling up to aim is normal. You're pulling up to aim, but when you go to fire, you can pull the trigger about halfway down, and then it's gonna lock on you. And then when you want to fire, then you pull it all the way. Because like essentially
So it feels like you're actually pulling a
it
trigger.
feels like you're putting your finger on the trigger and then you're pulling it. And then there are games like Returnal where you got a shotgun where you press it halfway, you press the trigger halfway and it'll lock on you and you do your normal shotgun blasts. And then you pull it down all the way and then you'll start charging the shotgun up and then when you release that, then it'll blast. And then with the fucking insane vibration when you pull the trigger down, you start like it's like a pulsating vibrating like when the Tyrannosaurus Rex is walking in the fucking like the trailer you saw for the DualSense and the ad you see where like the trigger's getting pressed and then all that sand's getting blown. It's like that. Like no one believed that's like everyone thought that this was just marketing gimmicky bullshit. And everyone's like, even if it is true, no one's gonna actually use it. It's gonna be just like the touchpad. Like a couple first-party Sony games are gonna use it, and that'll be it. And so far, those triggers have been in every game I've played, and I have played just about every major release. I want to say this year, except for a few.
So it kind of it's cool how it like simulates a wall and a break in a real trigger.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty neat. I want one.
See, like that's the thing is like, are they going? They're starting to port all of their games, or they're starting to port a lot of their games to PC. Are they gonna get haptics? Working. When is the DualSense going to become more PC friendly? Because that's the big issue with a lot of PlayStation controllers is they're not as keen to sync as well with PCs as Xboxes are. Xboxes, you just plug the thing in and it works. Sony's sometimes you got to go through a lot of shit. Most of the time, you got to go through a lot of bullshit. All right.
Most of the games I played, Jedi Fallen Order and Valhalla, are
Yeah,
plug
that
and
too.
play.
And then we closed with Deathloop. We got a big trailer for it. As much as I'm tired of seeing this game, as much as there are mechanics about this game that I do not really like, I don't like the time limit. I don't like the online character stalking you like a Nemesis style system from Demon Souls. This trailer is really fucking cool. I don't know if you saw this trailer, Jay, but it is right up your alley. Like
I've not seen it.
I highly recommend. Here, actually, I'm just gonna pull it up because it is a fucking good trailer. I'm using my second keyboard, and the buttons are way more spread out than I'm used to. Oh yeah, 9 minutes. I mean, I'll just the fucking music is so goddamn good.
In other words, murder the bastard now.
Every single person here is out to kill me.
It's fun. I've been cutting short your meaningless rampages for some time. It's totally normal. Death is a typical physiological experience in this place.
I hate to break it to you, but there is nothing normal about this fucking island.
Oh, shit!
What?
You're gonna give me that attitude?
And you need to keep this person because it's all a part of the
Which
campaign.
means I already know what's going
This is
to
from
happen.
the people who made
Am I supposed
Dishonored.
to do this every day for the rest of my life? Fuck that. I'm breaking this loop.
I'm Dinga, game director at Arcane Lyon, and I'm here to give you.
I just want to get some of that sweet music.
Okay. See the fireworks in?
I've thought about it, and I think I'm doing everyone here a favor.
Yeah, it's basically
So
like
what happens when you break the loop?
like
Seriously, I want your
Dishonored
theory.
meets
Everything goes back
Hitman
to
meets
normal, obviously.
Doom.
Normal. You have absolutely no fucking idea what will happen.
True, but I know one way to find out.
My only real issue is the weapon seems
Dying
super
isn't the
generic.
end. Reprise is one of the powers you can unlock. It allows you to die
they
and
don't
rewind
seem like
twice
they do
before the
anything
loop
special
restarts.
from one
You have
another.
also seen Carnesis that allows you to yank enemies around and shift the short-range teleport.
Hey, we killed you!
Want some of that good music.
See if we can rig the outcome.
God damn you. Let's give me some of the action.
To get the hell out of
Yeah,
here.
there we go. Yeah, like listen to this music. When shit starts hitting the fan.
What are you doing up there?
It's like Tarantino-esque. Yeah, it looks really cool. I've just got problems with it. So this is one of those games that I'm gonna say you gotta wait for.
Yeah.
But also, I'm pretty sure it's just a straight up PlayStation 5 exclusive. I don't even. It might be. It's got to be coming to PS4. I'm not sure. Does it say? Well, no, it's just saying releases on September 14th. Okay. Yeah. No. All right. Spent enough time on that. Jay, story number 3, and then we're gonna get through these next 2 very quickly. Ubisoft's next Assassin's Creed will be a live service game. How do you feel about that? You've been big on Valhalla.
I just want to understand what they mean.
Well, what they mean is the next game in Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise will unfold across multiple historical settings and receive persistent updates, according to a report from Bloomberg. And just because I blew down on Bloomberg earlier and Jason Schreier for getting the Nintendo update horribly wrong, Ubisoft did essentially confirm this. The game, which is currently codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity, will join the likes of Fortnite and Apex Legends by offering ongoing updates to keep players engaged. Ubisoft later confirmed it is developing Assassin's Creed Infinity, writing in a blog post that a collaborative cross-studio structure between Ubisoft Montreal and Ubisoft Quebec will guide, grow, evolve, and define the overall future of Assassin's Creed that includes an important upcoming early in development project codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity. So yeah, it's going to basically be like, I would imagine you take the Division and like the way Fortnite and just those games worlds work, and you make it really, really big. Yeah. I imagine it's
I
gonna
don't
be-
know. With Ubisoft's track record, their live service games all fucking suck.
Yeah,
So-
which by taking arguably their biggest IP and doing this is really debatable. I mean, we were talking earlier about how no one's happy with the Nintendo Switch. Do you see anyone psyched for this? I mean, this just
No, because I think that they need to just drop the whole Assassin's Creed
we
facade
keep talking about
completely.
this. Yeah, they
Like, if they just released historical period games, it'd be perfect. Like if Valhalla was just called Danelaw, that's what the game Danelaw Valhalla. That game would have sold so much more than having the Assassin's Creed slapped on it, and people are like, "Oh, it's just gonna be a bunch of viewpoints and grinding and running around and doing all
that's
this
why I'm
shit."
not playing it.
Well, the viewpoint there's like per area of the map, there's 3 viewpoints,
The game's
right?
too much, dude. I spend those types of hours in JRPGs. I'm gonna put 100 hours in Persona 5 Royal, not Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah,
this
but
story.
but where I'm getting at is like they didn't need to have Assassin's Creed, and you can totally tell they just tacked all the Assassin's Creed shit on for the gimmick of the game. Everything else is just Vikings killing Christians. Like that is like the whole game. Raiding monasteries and stealing all their shit.
Well,
And like,
I like killing Christians. That's cool.
dude, trust me, when you roll up on your fucking longship and you get out and you blow that fucking horn and all the monks start running up the hill towards the monastery screaming because there's a group of like 12 Vikings just running, throwing torches on roofs and burning down the village. Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, if it was just a Viking game called Dane Law about the time of Dane Law where Danes and Christians intermingled and that's how the world as we know it has came to be, it would have been a lot better game than if it. I know a lot of people didn't buy it because they're like, I don't like Assassin's Creed anymore. It's like, but you
Yeah,
like Vikings.
the combat's really gone downhill for me.
Well, see, Valhalla is is a lot of hack and slash with minor parry. That's it.
Nah. Need more technicality. But let's clean through the rest of these. I think it's really ballsy that they're doing this with one of their biggest IPs, like I said.
It's because they're out of fucking ideas.
I don't give two shits about it personally. And everyone's been begging Ubisoft for a Splinter Cell lately. Don't. Just don't. Whatever your
I'm done.
whatever your plans are, if you have any plans with Splinter Cell, just go ahead and not do that anymore, because based off of all of your other games and how you want to release the rest of your games, based off of who's working on your games, because yeah, that's another thing we didn't get into, is there are more allegations coming out of Ubisoft from this. I can't get into this enough. The buck stops at Yves Guillemot. Step down or have the board fucking get that guy away, because he is putting a lot of people, a lot of pieces of shit in higher positions.
Ubisoft is like when you take a mean shit and you look in the toilet, you're like, damn, that's a good log, and then you flush it and you're like, oh, it's just another piece of shit. Cool.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That didn't make any sense.
I
but,
thought
like,
you were
that's what
about to be
Ubisoft
like
is to me.
I thought you were gonna conclude with like, like, damn, that's a good log, like that's a solid shit. And then when you flush it and it like all crumples up into brown water, you're gonna be like, damn, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I saved it for you.
Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah,
That's
story
funny.
number 4 and 5. These ones are both real quick. The Last of Us Season 1 episode count revealed by the co-writer Craig Mazin. It's going to be a 10 episode count. Who could have guessed
Oh, yeah.
that one?
10 hours long, dude.
Dude, if they can't get literally, I mean, I understand some backstory, like some of the stuff you would get from the notes and shit, like, the collectibles that you would find. But even then, like, if you can't get this entire game shot for shot, for scene, and trust me, I fucking know. If you can't get all of this in that 10 hours, then you fucked up somewhere. Jay, are you gonna are you gonna watch this?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I like how, I mean, the actors.
I was about to say I
don't know any of
love the
actors.
casting so far.
I don't know anyone of the cast. I just know that they had the leader of the Fireflies is reprising her role as herself.
Did you never watch
So-
Narcos?
No.
Did you not watch
no,
Mandalorian?
No. I watched half the first episode and I'm just like, it was around that time when I was like, I need to shut the window on Star Wars for like 4 years because I'm over it right now. Like I'm so over Star Wars and all this shit coming out. Like it's all a cash grab at this point. The last good Star Wars movie was Jedi.
I have little to no concerns about this. There's just a lot of really great people behind this, and the cast is great and everything. My only real concern is gonna be you know that feeling when like you walk up to someone and you're like, hey, did you see Fight Club? And they're like, did you ever read the book? Or like those people who like
Hey, you watch Last of Us? Pff, you ever play the game, dude? Come on.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be I mean, like, it's not gonna be that, but it's gonna be like I walk into work Monday morning and like me and my dad catch up what we did over the weekend. He's gonna be like, I watched this show on HBO. It's called The Last of Us. It's really good. You'd probably like it if you checked it out. Like, it's like, oh, like that's gonna rub me the wrong way. It's gonna be like, Dad, I've known
Yeah.
that story since 2013. I've played
Well,
that game
and then-
about 15 times.
And then Uncharted's gonna come out, and whoever gave those idiots the rights to make that movie, they're gonna be like, "Wow, we fucked up." This Last of Us show's pretty good.
Yeah, that movie's gonna be fucking terrible. That movie's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
watch it just for
fucking-
the laughs, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna pay. I'm going to pay to see that in theaters. And I'm oh my god. And then our final story is The Witcher's second season is coming to Netflix on December 17th. You're clapping along. Are you a fan of The Witcher?
Dude, me and Lady Ham have been waiting since the first season.
Do I need to watch it? I watched the first I watched the first episode, and that's like that fight scene in that alleyway was so fucking badass and awesome. And
Yeah,
then
they do that in like every episode.
And then I never watched it again. I don't know.
Really?
I just completely fell off of it. I was actually no. What happened was I watched the first episode and I was like, "Fuck, I want to play The Witcher 3." And then I went and put 120 hours in The Witcher 3.
No,
And,
watch you have to watch the first season.
And
You
I was
have
like,
to watch
and I
the
was like,
first
right,
season
and I was
for the
like, right
second.
before I play the Blood of Wine, I'm gonna go back and watch season 1 of The Witcher. And yeah,
Hey, all right,
I
look
never got around
at
to
this
either.
picture, right? Look at this picture of this guy with this loot. Do you know who that is?
Oh yeah, that's Dandelion. Or is that
Right.
Dandelion? I imagine that's Dandelion.
No, he's like, if you don't know exactly who that is and why he's like gonna be like one of the main dudes in the second, you have to watch it. You've heard the "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher" song, right?
Yeah, that's
Toss a
Dandelion.
coin to your Witcher. Yeah,
That's
right.
Dandelion.
Yeah.
I put 120 hours into Witcher 3. I'm very familiar with the characters.
All right. Well, watch it. The first season's amazing, and the way it wraps up and all the time. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
I'll
It's
put it
amazing
on. I'll put
show.
it on my backlog.
Better put Last Kingdom on your backlog too.
Dude, I have so much shit on my backlog. But that is the end of the news. We are going to move into our topic of the show, which this week my hat is falling off along with my headphones. That's not the topic. But with these last two news stories of, we got the Last of Us episode count. We got the release date for The Witcher Season 2. I thought it'd be fun if we talked about games and movies and games and TV shows and games and all that jibber jabber as a whole. And so basically what I have in the doc for our closing shop topic is games that we would like to see as shows and movies And we could also do the vice versa. We could do game or shows and movies that we would like to see as games. Like, you know, do you want to play as Walter White cooking meth in a Telltale style walking simulating narrative game where, you know, all your choices matter and blah 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 X, Y, and Z? I think that sounds pretty fucking cool. But yeah, we'll get into all of that in about 5 minutes. We're gonna go to the bathroom and just go take a quick little break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. We are doing we're doing our closing topic, which is games that would work as shows, movies that would work as games. What we want to see. We're only doing 5 today because like Tony Stark at the end of Endgame, I can finally rest after this episode. So I only wanted to do 5 for this closing topic, and I didn't even fill out all of them. I'm just looking real quick at yours.
I just finished.
Okay, yeah. Just to make sure, because I still I'm gonna think of mine as we go, and I normally let you kick it off, but I'm gonna kick it off because I just thought of this out in the garage, and I don't want to forget about it. A one-off miniseries. Think Band of Brothers style, the Pacific style.
You got me.
Gears of War prequel. Dom and Marcus Phoenix meeting in boot camp, and then introducing the entire series there.
Yeah.
That'd
be sick.
A 10-episode, hour-long each miniseries, 8 episodes, a couple of them an hour and a half.
That's something I could see them doing.
That would be fucking cool, right? They're scrawny, or I don't know, because you need Batista. You need Batista as Marcus. That you need.
Right.
Him. He is cast, but who do you cast as Dom?
Vin Diesel family.
Josh Brolin. He's too old.
I could get down with that. I could get down with any like game like that having like a little mini series because I just love how
like a Halo one, like a grounded, gritty, but sci-fi. Like, you know, like fucking Saving Private Ryan, but in space.
I think Gears of War would fit the bill perfectly.
For sure. Violent, you could say fuck a bunch and get gritty as hell.
The Lancer.
Oh, yeah, iconic.
Like, that's all I think about.
That's your poster.
Chainsaw.
That's your marketing right there. That and the comics.
Right.
Did you, just real quick before I pass it over to you, do you know what I found out recently, which really fucking pisses me off?
What?
Did you know Gears of War 5 isn't called Gears of War? It's just called Gears. It's just Gears 5. Dude, that pisses me off. That'd be like if The Last of Us Part 3 is called T-Lu Part 3. Seriously. That really frustrated me. But what's one for you?
Let's see here. I'll start with the weird
that's
one.
A good one.
I got a couple good ones.
Yeah, I'm looking at your list. That number 5. That's a good one.
Yeah, we'll start with number 5. A Purge game.
That'd be interesting.
Hear me out. You just have like just say like the bottom half of GTA 5. Not including all the wilderness, just like the city and the freeway system, right? And then maybe like up by the military base. That would make sense. And it was like an online game. You could play it solo or up to like, you know what? It really wouldn't matter. You could play with as many people as you want. And, you know, you get to like dress up, say like you have like
create a character.
You create a character, but you create your own like Purge
shit,
game.
Dude, the monetization for that game would be perfect.
Right. Hear me out. You want like the Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty package for $29.99, like from the second movie?
Get at us,
you know,
Ubisoft.
something like that. No, fuck Ubisoft. You don't get this.
Well, no, I'm just saying they love monetization, and with Avatar coming out, they're clearly into licensed products.
Right, right. But like, just think about like, and it's just a time limit, and whoever's standing at the like, and you just have to like, have you ever played? Remember a little game called State of Emergency,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
where you just you get more points for like bashing windows and stealing shit and like burning down stores and stuff like that. Like kind of like State of Emergency. It's like either like if you're the like last one alive, I don't know. Just like there's just got to be a way to win, or it's just to like be the most badass gang. But you have 24 hours, but they're like Grand Theft Auto 24 hours. Just like one night, whatever, like a Grand Theft Auto night. Like why can't this be a Grand Theft Auto mod?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I think a Purge game would be sick. Not like following any storylines, just like we all know what it is. Right. We all know what the Purge is. Just make
Have you watched like the whole series? Or are you
I
do you like it, or
I
because I watched
I love it.
the new
I haven't
one,
watched the show, and I didn't get to watch the newest one in theaters yet.
like with the newest one coming out, IGN, they put up this thing. It was like 15 minutes long. It was basically like the rundown of what the Purge is, like chronologically, and like how
Oh, I
everything
watched
works.
that. I watched that.
I watched the very first Purge, and I watched the election year Purge. Those were the two ones I watched. Because I watched the first Purge because I was like, oh, this is a really fucking cool idea. And because I only read it, I didn't watch any trailers. And then I watched the movie. I was like, oh, this is just a traditional home invasion horror movie, whatever. And then I skipped everything until election year because that was the first Purge where I was just like, no, you motherfuckers are out in the open now. But
The second one, dude.
I watched their whole IGN's whole rundown, and I did not know how politically race charged the whole series is. And that's what got me that's what actually got me like interested. Not interested enough to like rent all of these movies individually on, Amazon.
I did that, but I rented them from the movie store that went out of business 6 months ago.
Like if they were
rental
streaming
store.
somewhere, then yeah, like I would have, the Purge series on my what I've been watching this week. Like I would have started watching those, but yeah, I'll probably just, I don't know. I could torrent them, but I don't know.
The second one's the best one in my opinion. It's the most like
is that the
feeling.
is that the one that
That's the
chronologically is
Purge
the
Anarchy.
first one?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No. It's like it would be the second one. If we're talking about the first
chronologically.
Purge, and then Anarchy.
Okay.
Then
Because
I don't know.
The first Purge they were talking about,
No.
Well, no. I'm saying like that one was the one that I thought sounded like that movie sounded really cool. Where like, like everyone's just using it to like kind of loot, and it's just like a big block party. And then the government sends in a bunch of fucking Nazi white supremacists who just start killing everyone and shooting people up. And like once I read or saw that, I was like, oh well, that's definitely horrific.
The just the end of the first Purge, that the dude goes ape shit. Like,
So
he goes full Bruce Willis.
My first one was Gears of War, a one-off mini series. A series I think you could carry on for a minute is Mega Man.
Yeah.
Dr.
Wasn't there a
Wily
Mega
just
Man
keep.
cartoon?
Was there one? I don't remember
Here,
one.
I'll check for you.
Yeah. I remember there being a Sonic cartoon. I remember being
I got two
a
missed
Mario
calls
cartoon.
from my girlfriend. I'm listening.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought Mega Man would be really cool and it would work as a good series. I don't really know how you would do it though. I assume animated. I would appreciate some dope animation though, not just some like 3D bullshit. But yeah, I feel like that's a series you can continue on with a while with all the different, all the different enemies. You just have Dr. Wily keep coming back. I feel like it would work as a really good kid show. That one isn't really, more so pertaining to us, but that's a show that I could actually see really working.
Mega Man. God damn.
Yeah. But that was just a quick one. What's another one you got?
Yeah, American Japanese cartoon, Mega Man. It came out on September 11th, 1994. 27 episodes, 2 seasons. Oh no, there's a shit ton of them. All right, never mind. Anyway,
All right, bring it back. Bring it back to America. Yeah, hit me with
bring it
another one,
back.
Reese.
The newest Call of Duty Modern Warfare game is like a movie. Like, it was basically a movie. Like playing it, watching like the cutscenes, but I just feel like the story is just. I didn't feel like I was playing a video game, like a Call of Duty game, if that made sense, story wise. Like, you know how like all of Modern Warfare 2 is just huge waves of enemies, and you just know that you're just supposed to be shooting them all down, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like in the newest Modern Warfare, that happens at that happens in like the last mission. That makes sense. They just crank it up to 11, right? Difficulty. But most of the time when you're killing a lot of enemies, it makes sense. Like, we have to get into this hospital and there's a bunch of enemies shooting at us out of the windows. Well, duh, they're like hunkered down in this hospital, but we got to save all these people. Or like, I don't know. It's just like there's parts where you have to play as a kid, and you're like playing hide and seek with this big Russian dude, and just like, what's her name, Farah or whatever, her like character progression and arc and just everything she goes through. She plays her in like multiple ages and like just, I don't know. It I felt like I was playing a movie, not playing Call of Duty. And the production value was there, and it just told a really good story. And and I always thought like the Modern Warfare trilogy, like story wise, was very good. Like it should be a movie with like them chasing that Makarov dude, and I remember in Modern Warfare 3 when they nuked Paris. You remember that?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god. Or like in the first one when you're in the helicopter and like the nuke goes off. You fly out of the Black Hawk. Like that shit is just wild. I don't know. It'd be a big action blockbuster. Someone pick up just like a movie called Price, and it's about Captain Price. Do it. There. That was one of mine I like threw at the wall and was gonna see if it stuck.
See, my issue with like thinking of movies and shows that would work as games is that a lot of them I feel like already have come out and worked and have been successful, or have come out and not worked and not been successful.
I know.
Um,
I was thinking. I'm like, ooh, what about Hitman? I'm like, no.
yeah, definitely not. Like I was thinking Mad Max.
But it
So
already
dope.
happened. And it was
So dope.
amazing.
But there's this game by this developer named Campo Santo that came out in 2016 called Firewatch. Does that sound
Oh, I
familiar?
play. Oh my god, dude, that would make a great short, like
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 that's
20
what I'm
minute
sitting
long
on. Like I don't like a like an hour and a half long
or
movie.
15-minute episodes
Like
that leave you with a cliffhanger because that's how they get you. Like go to bed. Like
yeah.
what the fuck? Like I'll never forget like playing that game. I played it all the way through. It was on sale. I remember I bought it because I heard it was really good and I liked the art style. And I played it not knowing what to expect. I wasn't expecting it just to. Well, here's the thing. I didn't know what to expect, and it was a walking simulator, but the whole time did not feel like a walking simulator
Because
because
you
you
were
felt
doing
like
stuff.
you were doing stuff, but like in a weird way, but I'll never forget like walking down and finding that like facility. And my
Yeah.
heart started when you're like, I need to get out of here. And you're like running back to the tower and your heart's pumping. And I'm like, I don't know if there's something behind me. I don't think there's anything behind me, but if there is, I don't want to know what it is, but I feel like it is like oh my God. Just
N-
something unsettling and beautiful about that game.
Now
And make it great.
I had a super dark ending with that game because you know you end with hiking to the woman's fire tower, and you get outside there and the helicopter lands once you walk up to her tower, and she left, and you know that's why she hasn't been responding because she just completely up and left you, and based off of everything narratively that has happened to your character leading up until then, that was very, very, very depressing. So
Mhm.
I sit in the chair with the note, and then the guy lands his helicopter outside. He's like, "Hey, sir, you know I'm outside right now. We gotta go. So come out now." And I just sat there, and I was like, "Oh, do I gotta get up and move?" And then I just sat the controller down. And then the guy called me again. He's like, "Hey, I'm leaving. Like you got to come out now." And I just sat there. I didn't touch the controller. And he just sat there just staring at the note. And then he's like, I'm leaving, man. We got to go. The fire's too close. I'm sorry. I got to go." And then you hear the helicopter start to lift up and take off. And then it just fades to black as me staring at that note alone in the cabin with the fires approaching, and the credits just roll.
Damn, dude, you took a depressing route out of that
Yeah.
game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I said, I was in the minority where like a lot of people were like, "Fuck, the fire's coming! I gotta get out of here." um,
You're like, fuck my life.
yeah, but I think that would be, a good one.
All right, I got the next one. Ready? I gotta find picture for context too for you. Got you. Hang on. All right. God of War, the newest one, would make a great movie because I've watched enough people play it on a stream now.
That's
So like it feels. But hear me out. This is why. I'm putting this in chat. Click on it.
casting. Casting is would be so rough.
Triple H. Triple H, dude.
I hate you. I hate you.
Come on, dude. He's ripped. Like
He is
could
he is
play-
old man pudgy ripped.
Dude, have you
Shay-
seen what
give-
Kratos looks like?
Dude, shave off Chris Hemsworth long locks and give him a full beard. There's your Kratos.
God, no. He already
Yeah.
got to be Thor.
He needs
Right?
the voice.
Or no.
He needs a deep voice.
No, that movie
I don't see Triple H with a deep voice.
Dude, that movie Extraction.
Oh
Good
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. There was that crazy one shot in that scene, but other than that. Yeah, it's like it's with the 2018 property, it's just like The Last of Us. It's just so close to my heart until it's like announced and official and who's writing and directing and casting wise. Until all that's, I am not gonna be behind this. Like this, like
Dude,
I wasn't
it's gonna be
behind The
Triple
Last
H.
of Us until they announced Pedro Pascal as Joel, and they announced the dude who did Chernobyl is doing the series. But yeah, that's interesting.
All right, Triple H is Kratos. On to the next.
Do you remember that indie game Celeste? Did you ever hear about that?
No.
So that game, it's one of the platinum trophies I have. It's probably the hardest game I've ever played, and that's the point of the game.
You've never played Tarkov. I forgot.
You don't understand. basically what the point of Celeste is that you play this woman named Celeste, and she has a lot of anxiety issues and self-doubt, and she suffers from severe depression, and she just has zero confidence in herself and in her life. And she lives in Colorado, and there's this mountain that no one has ever climbed. It's never been climbed. It's impossible. And she tells herself that, if I can get to the top of this mountain, I can do anything. And, that will break her confidence. And that's what the game is. It's your journey to the top of this mountain. And you meet some characters along the way. And after the first level, you start getting stalked by this ghost. And it's kind of like this boss battle thing where like this ghost is stalking you, and you gotta race through these levels to get away from it. But you don't really, because what the ghost is it's you. It's your mind. It's your mind that's following you, crying, begging you to stop. Like they're like, this is too hard. You're dying. You're losing. Stop doing this. Just turn around and go home. You're never gonna climb this mountain. And all of that, on top of who I am, I'm platinuming this fucking video game. And yeah, I put like 60 hours into it. And all of that into like a TV show, I feel like would be amazing. Like the show about this woman who went through this shit in her life, and she needs to prove herself to herself.
I'd be down with it. I gotta look that game up.
Yeah, it's again extremely hard. It is
How
extremely
do you spell it?
Celeste. Substitute for one that you will know, Hotline Miami.
Hey,
Where you play this dude who just keeps on getting drugged up and told by all these billionaires who are wearing fucking weird animal masks to go out and kill these Russians. And you don't know why.
Directed by the guy that did John Wick.
Dude. Ugh. I would love it. But let's start wrapping through these. Hit me with another one of yours. We each got 3 left, it looks like.
Assassin's Creed.
Ugh.
1 through 3.
They did it as a movie already.
Did they? I didn't even watch it.
Oh, I love Michael Fassbender. Like, I fucking love Michael Fassbender, and you couldn't pay me to watch that piece of shit. It looked so fucking bad. It looked Hitman. It looked Hitman 2 bad.
See, you said that.
Which I forgot. Which you reminded me like a few months ago is even a movie.
Dude, I'll never forget. Like, I went to the theaters to see the one with Timothy Olyphant, and he gave it his best.
I love Timothy Olyphant, so it's a great movie. I'll stand by that.
I like him as an actor.
He's amazing.
Fucking
Justified.
Santa Clarita Diet.
You draw on me, I'm gonna put you down. I love Justified. But yeah.
But no, I'll never forget seeing the trailer for the second, or like the Codename 47, and I'm like, oh dude, that's like Agent 47. Is this gonna be dope? And then he's like in the street, like doing Matrix shit, like like dodging cars, and I'm like, what'd they do to my boy?
So what would you do with Assassin's Creed? You said you would do one through. I mean, what do you mean by 1 through 3? Because 1 through 3 isn't 1 through 3. Would you do Ezio's story?
Fuck
Would you
Ezio.
do?
I always thought Altair's story, like with the fucking the dude with the beard. I don't know the game. Maybe I was too young because the game does suck. I guess.
Yeah, the first game is terrible.
Probably the third one.
Yeah, no, for sure. Connor's story, or like Connor's whole theme and setting, is still my favorite out of all the Assassin's Creeds. It was just so poorly executed. You played as his dad for like the first 5 hours of that game. For like an insane amount of time. You played as his dad. Yeah, no, that would be cool though. The first game, but like Would you do the whole animus thing? I feel like you kind of have
No.
to.
No, because that jumps ahead in the story. Like the world ends in the third one. Like it literally ends. The whole world just explodes.
Yeah. That's I actually totally forgot about that.
So like no, all right, maybe just don't even call it Assassin's Creed and just have like I just want to see some Native American assassin just like fucking people up.
All right, and then my second to last one here is Game of Thrones, like a BioWare style Game of Thrones, a good BioWare though. I know Skyrim Skyrim literally tried to do Game of Thrones essentially, five houses fighting for the throne. Like that's like literally what Game of Thrones is. Game of Thrones. But I feel like one with not even just characters, but just set in Westeros at a certain time. Or no, and just I don't know, recreate characters. I don't fucking know. I just want more of that property. I mentioned earlier Crimson Desert. That's from the people who made Black Desert Online, their South Korean studio. That is actually here. Let me just pull it up real quick. That is like the most Game of Thrones game I have ever seen. It looks fucking wild. Crimson Desert.
I still have to watch Game of Thrones, dude.
I know you do. It hurts. Where's the initial trailer? I don't want that 6 months ago one. I want a year ago. 3 minutes. Yeah, this shit I'm very hesitant on. Because like I said, Black Desert is very jank. But this looks like it's going to be a lot more solo. And I feel like a lot of the problems with Black Desert was the fact that it was an MMO.
Looks pretty neat.
Sorry for being silent. I just love this trailer so fucking
Only
much.
those who lived through the hunger, cold, and dangers of the wilderness may find a home in these lands. Call it the pride of a northerner. They came with their manners, rules, and ranks. I couldn't care less about the ways of you lowlanders. Up north, we have our own way of doing things.
Maybe he's to blame, maybe he ain't.
Young master, the lands here are cold and barren.
It's one of those games where I'm worried they might be taking on more than they can chew.
Have you, it's nothing like this. Oh man.
Yeah, no, dude, like, wait for it. This shit gets wild.
Prince or a peasant, whether man or beast, only the strong will survive.
Dude, this is one of my favorite trailers in a while.
Who cares if we die? How'd the lowlanders take over an empire?
Look at us, beaten, shamed, and hunted.
Macduff! Eli!
Did you hear a word I said? You nearly died out there.
Macduff, you are our leader.
This shit looks fucking amazing still. want it to just be a like a linear like single player game so bad.
But you know it probably ain't.
It probably ain't gonna be, and it's just depressing as all fucking hell. But yeah, if I was to have a Game of Thrones game, I would want like that's about as close as it would fucking be, I think, visually. But what's your last? Yeah, it looks like your last game here. We'll wrap things up.
Red Dead Redemption.
What who we following? What are you doing? You doing John? You doing Jack? You going to Washington to get revenge on his papa?
I'm thinking either you can do that, you know, follow Jack right after, so instead of making another game, like do like a series, like, or do like and you know, Arthur, John, Jack type deal.
What would Arthur be like? Oh well, okay, yeah, no, for sure. I forgot that Jack existed while Arthur was alive.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, Arthur's like one of my favorite video game characters of all time. So
That was something I feel like maybe would have translated better as a movie, but I have a lot of issues with Red Dead Redemption 2 narratively. But yeah, no, I feel like almost any Rockstar game would work as
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Manhunt. We got
Bully.
Saw. Bully. Yeah. For the first game narrative and stuff, yeah, it'd be pretty dope.
for sure.
Like a mini series or something.
And then my final one, I mean, is this really any shocker to anyone? Metal Gear Solid. They are actually, I believe they are working on a movie. I'm pretty sure Oscar Isaacs is confirmed for playing Snake. But it's not my movie. Hideo Kojima, he desperately wants to make movies. He wants to make movies really bad. I want him to make the Metal Gear Solid 5 game that he never made, it was never able to finish. I want him to make that as a movie. I feel like that would be simple enough, you know, if you're gonna try doing Shadow Moses or something as a movie, it is going to be very convoluted. It's going to be very campy. I don't think it's going to click with many people. It might click with me, and I feel like that would be being generous. But like including some of those characters on screen, I don't really know how you're going to pull that off. So I feel like Metal Gear Solid 5 with those cast of characters, there's no one really too, you know, crazy. You got Psycho Mantis, but he only makes a few appearances, but he had a story to tell there, and Konami wouldn't let him finish it. And you know, I think we talked about that not too long ago. You know, the one game I would love to see get its full, the real director's cut, would be Metal Gear Solid 5. Is that all we got here at the
I
end?
think so.
All right, so that is the end of episode 14. This is Punk with a Controller. You can catch us live 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at twitch.tv/punkwithacontroller, sometimes a little later. I'd say between 7 and 8. I think that's fair. This is twitch.tv/LordxHam. You can go and follow him, show him some love. He's going to be playing Tarkov all day tomorrow, so pop over to his channel and check that out. And then Sunday, he's got some Dead Side codes to give away. So if you want to hop in over there, you can go.
Sure.
Pretty
I'm
sure.
Pretty sure.
Either way, go over and check them out.
I have, but I don't know if I want to play Dead Side. I might just want to play
Okay.
Tarkov.
Okay. So yeah, go over to his channel, give him some love. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch with make a Twitch Prime gaming fuckabout account, and you can take $5 from Jeff Bezos, Jeff Grubb, I don't know, which one of the Jeffs. Take money from them, give it to us, give it to any other content creator. It'll help. This episode will be uploaded Sunday, probably in the evening around 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, but it was fun. I'm tired. I can finally rest now like Tony Stark. Jay, it was a good time.
Hell yes, buddy.
We'll talk to you all soon. Have a nice night. Peace.
Later, everybody.